Hello and welcome to another podcast edition of Taiwan Talk. I'm Keith Manconi. Over the last few years, Hollywood has taken a keen interest in Taiwan as a filming location. First, there was Ang Lee's 2012 blockbuster Life of Pi, followed up only 2 years later by Luc Besson's Lucy, which heavily featured Taipei's cityscape. And already this year, Martin Scorsese has begun filming his forthcoming passion piece Silence in Taiwan. Now, Taiwan certainly has a lot to offer filmmakers, from scenic locations to friendly residents to skilled film crews. But this growth in interest is not a one-way street. In fact, the Taiwan government has been making a concerted effort to court international filmmakers, assisting with local production and marketing, and this year even going so far as to introduce a grant for foreign productions totaling $2.5 million. The Taipei Film Commission has been at the forefront of this effort, so joining me now to tell us more about this trend is the Commission's director, Jennifer Yao. Jennifer, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Yeah.
So your commission was set up by the Taipei city government all the way back in 2007. So you've kind of had a chance to observe this trend as it's developed. And in that introduction there, I was more talking about the big filmmakers who have been coming to Taiwan. But could you tell me a little bit about, have there also been smaller productions coming to Taiwan as well?
Yes, actually, among this, so far from the 2007 till now, we already have 215 co-productions or shooting film in Taiwan, that happened. So it's quite a big amount, compared with other countries. It's quite a big amount. And not only big masters films, like you just said. Among them, there are the films from Japan, from the Korea, from the Singapore, Spain, France, of course, because we are the partner with the Lady France, the French, the Film Commission. Also, from many countries. The most impressive of my memory is there is a film from Latvia. When they came to Taipei first time, I even don't know which country is this.
So your commission is not just focused on these international films. You're also responsible for a lot of other aspects of filming in Taipei. But this is a big focus of what you do. And, like I mentioned, you are putting up this grant money to try and encourage foreign filmmakers to come to Taiwan. So can you tell us a little bit about why this is something that you think it's important to encourage? And let's just start with the economic aspects of this. When a foreign film crew comes to Taiwan, what does that do for Taiwan's economy? What does that bring here?
Yes, definitely. We are facing the situation that we hope the foreign crews coming to Taiwan, they can definitely bring the modern skills. We are the small island, the film industry, very small scale, and we need to learn more from the high technical, the skilled from the foreign countries. And then, for example, from the States, United States, from the France, they bring the more technical, the high technical or high technology, to Taiwan. The other reason is they spend more money in Taiwan. For example, the Silence. Martin's Silence, they spend $2 billion NT in Taiwan. And we just give them the $1 million US for subsidies. So compare with their spend, the cost that they spend here. It's really, really, really worthy to do that.
So it's almost like similar to the travel industry. You're getting them to come here and then spend even more than a tourist would.
Yeah, of course. They work, the 5 days of the 7 days of the week, but they have to, the rest, right? The Saturday, Sunday, where they go. They stay here, the accommodations, the hotel, they spend in the food, eating, the transportation, or they bring the money, the business, and not only good for our film industry, also for our other business. So that's why I really agreed with the mayor of New York City in 1966, the Mr. William Lindsay. Now he has said that if there are more productions happen in New York, and then we can bring more money to New York to make more income for filmmakers, and also we can have more healthy economics.
Right, so that's kind of the model that you're looking at. Is New York kind of focused on spurring its own film industry, and you're saying that Taipei can do a similar thing. So what would you say is the difference between the way that the film industry works in Taiwan and the way that it maybe works in some place that's more established, like Hollywood?
Yeah, I was saying that in Taiwan, most of the filmmakers, I think about the 80% filmmakers, they are freelancers. They are not solely group like the production company. There are not so many like states in like Hollywood.
So there's nothing like Warner Brothers or
not a big studio or big companies. But I think if we want to have the healthy film industry, or I should say the solid film industry, the chain, and we should have more production companies. How do we make that? We have to make more cases happen in Taiwan, so that our filmmakers can have more projects and more opportunities to make money first and then to learn more of that. For example, Lucy, the whole crew spent about 3 months in Taipei, including the pre-production and the productions. And then within those 3 months, we learned in pre-production that how they, assign the different locations, how they assign works, assign the groups. So that's really, really important. Taiwan, we don't have that detailed, the scale about the work, about the groups. And they have that. And they told us how to, shoot the traffic, the crash things, the car crash in the crowded big street. How to shoot the scene about the bombing and the burning, the car burning scene, and without insulting the people. And
so you're saying with still keeping everybody safe.
Yeah, and after that we know how to make this scene in the small budget and make the scene the fabulous, make it work. And that's really, really, really good lesson. I think how do we spend the subsidy, the small subsidy, and all the staff can, especially Taiwan, the film staff can learn from that. It's really worthy and really, really valuable.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about what these foreign filmmakers bring to Taiwan. Now I want to kind of do the reverse side of that and go a little bit into, what is it, why would they want to make their films here? So aside from these subsidies that we've already talked a little bit about, why is it that Taipei and Taiwan are good places to make movies?
I always told my colleagues and my friends, bring them to Taiwan is most important. That's first priority, because Taiwan, yes, it's a small island, but it's beautiful, it's convenient. Go to the beach, just 40 minutes. Go to the mountain, the Yangming Mountain, just, 30 minutes. If you want to go to the Yushan, JJ Mountain, it's just, the 1.5 hour, 2 hours. So
there's so many locations that you can get to easily.
Yeah, that's why, Life of Pi, they shot about 75% of the film in Taiwan. That's why The Silence choose the all shooting in Taiwan. For example, now they are...
Right, because that's a movie that's set in Japan, and yet they're filming it in Taiwan.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're saying it's because it's so easy to get to all of these different kinds of locations.
Yes. And then we have the studio in Taipei. We have the mountain scenes in Taipei. If you need the more fantastic, fabulous scene about the sea, about the beach, you can go to, the Danshui, you can go to the Hualien, Taidong. There are many, many places they can select. So I think that's really convenient and comfortable, the environment for the foreign crew.
So my understanding is part of the reason that Martin Scorsese decided to film his Silence here is he got some recommendations from Ang Lee. Ang Lee was kind of talking up. He had a good experience here. And my understanding is that Luc Besson also had a good experience here. Could you tell me a little bit about why they had good filming experiences here? What did you hear from them about why they would recommend Taiwan?
First of all, the friendly and professional people. Just like Luc Besson told journalists in the press conference after they shot Lucy in Taipei, he said, the two reasons made me, choosing Taipei as my location. The first reason is people, People in Taipei, people in Taiwan always smile, They are very, very friendly. He emphasized 3 times, very, very, very friendly.
And that wouldn't even occur to me as somebody who's thinking about making a film. But I guess it's important to be in a place that you enjoy being.
Yes. That's really important because you go abroad in a very strange, the place, if people is cold to you, you don't want to stay there, more 1 minute more. So that's very important thing. The second thing is about the professional people, as about our filmmakers in Taiwan. Our workers are really, really professional. I don't know, before, because of Luc, I have the confidence. Our professionals are really, really professional. I should say that. I'm so proud of them,
Right, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I definitely read in one newspaper article that he said you can't always expect people that professional in, say, Europe, for example. He said in Taiwan it's more reliable.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm so lucky to have these friends working together. So I'm so proud of them. I think that's one and a very, very important reason. Because back to the point. Still, we have to make the film. So without the professional filmmakers, you cannot achieve that goal. Right. So this is really important. And the second reason is good food. It has the best food in the world. Every day he ate in the Din Tai Fung that store. 7 days.
Oh, wow.
At the last, we tired of it. But he still, if you ask him, if you let him choose, he always give you the same answer. But after that, we say, there are more than that. You should try it. So, and he said, okay, yes. And then he found out, wow, it's really, really a good test.
So getting in a little bit to what challenges a filmmaker might face if they're trying to make a film in Taipei. Now, I know that one of the reasons that your commission was founded was because in 2007, there was a Tom Cruise film that was going to be made in Taiwan, but I guess he ran into some kind of red tape issues, some bureaucratic issues, and in the end, that kind of scared him off, and they ended up making it in Singapore, I think. So could you talk about that experience a little bit and why that prompted the city to decide that they needed something like the commission to help these foreign filmmakers?
Okay. Actually, I did not know the first part of that story, but I know the later part because they cannot find the right key person or the organization to help them to set up these locations and their plan. So they turn to the Shanghai eventually because of the Mission Impossible 3 for that film. But and then after that event, half year later, our mayor, Mr. Ha Longbin at that time, and he knew about that thing. And then he's really, really, we all regretted about that happen, because we didn't have the one-stop service at that time.
Right. So it was pretty much just because working with the government was too confusing, so they just walked away.
Yes, in Taipei City government, they have, the over 5,000 members working in that building. Which department you should approach. They don't know. Of course, they don't even know the road, the Ren'ai or the Zhongxiao is the way. How could you ask them to find the right department to approach, right?
Can you think of any time where you managed to make something really difficult happen for a foreign film production where they were, like in some difficult situation and you figured it out for them?
Well, yes. I remember they tried to find one place just like Tian'an Square in Beijing.
Oh, so they wanted to have a scene in Tiananmen Square, but in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Okay, how'd you make that happen?
Well, it's quite difficult, So half. We help them to find the one place. The half the square they can use it, and one half of that they have to go back to the States and using the special effect. Yeah.
So you found an actual, like a large plaza in Taiwan for them to use?
Yeah, close to the Hyatt Hotel at that time.
Ah, okay. And so I guess from some angles they could film it here.
Yeah.
But then when they turned to another angles, they needed a green screen?
Yeah. And after that, it really, really opened my mind, opened my viewpoint. So later, there is a Hong Kong film director coming to Taipei, shooting her film, and she asked me to do her a favor, to ask the Taipei 101, pretending the mall, the Massey Mall as the Massey Mall in New York.
Ah.
Yeah, the lobby of the Taipei 101.
Mm-hmm.
I say, well, okay. So we approach the Taipei 101, and this time they are really, really friendly and very helpful, So eventually we make that scene, very friendly.
So looking at the direction that the film industry is going in Taiwan right now, where do you see the industry going in 10 years? What would you hope it to look like in 10 years? And what role do you hope it would play in the global film industry?
Well, according to the report from the mainland China, the film industry, they assume that in 2018 China will be the biggest film market in the world. So before that day coming, I think definitely there are more and more productions or teams coming to Asia, coming to China. However, just like I said, before doing that, there is still a long way to achieve that, to go to that goal. So we have to prepare well, to make a more comfortable and professional environment to make this happen.
And so what are some of the areas that you think Taiwan would have to work on?
For example, one of my friends from the HBO, he asked me if they come to Taiwan, can we, do we have the environment just like the New York City, Because that's no way coming to Asia, right?
Right.
If they can make all the film in Taiwan or in Taipei, and they definitely would like to have every, the essence or every the things, locations at the same time.
So you're saying providing even more different kinds of locations would be important?
Yes. Which means we should have the more studios, or we should have the more professional preparation, so that we can, what they ask, their request, we can offer that.
And are there any ways that the way the industry is organized needs to change? Do you think that there needs to be bigger companies or more film schools, more paths for people to develop professionally? What do you think needs to happen there?
Yeah, all of your saying, I think that all are important. But I think the main point is high technology. For example, the special effect, the animation, it's really, really important for us. I think retroing back, you can see the top 10 films not top 10 box office films of the world. 3 of that, the Iron Man, that there are many, animation and special effects in the film. But for this point, Taiwan still, we have the long way to go. We have to accelerate our technology in this area so that we can, catch up with others, big studios at the same time.
And so going beyond, bringing these foreign productions to Taiwan, if the industry really progresses in the way that you're hoping it will, do you think that Taiwan will ever be able to have, its own movies that people in other countries will want to see? Like, will there be a day where, the newest film comes out of Taiwan and people in America are hoping to see it with subtitles?
Definitely. We have Anli. He already proved that we have the really good talents. We only need, the environment in the this. If everything is qualified, everything is okay, I think we definitely will have our film. We're already in the very tough situation. Under this situation, we already had, City Kablan, this kind of films, and we have the black and white, and this local film. Even there are still the space to grow up, but I think there will be not too far that they will be coming soon. Hopefully, yeah.
We've been speaking to the director of the Taipei Film Commission, Jennifer Yao. Jennifer, thanks so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you.